Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. We shot a video earlier for Adam in Wyoming, who's got a lot of questions for Kevin. Let's get to it. He's got a couple questions.
So Adam and I were chatting about converting over a 66 air conditioning unit for use with an aftermarket air conditioning system. We used classic auto air, which comes with, you know, this non-factory looking fan switch and other things that just don't look very factory, especially for the nice dash in the 1966 cars. So what we ended up doing is we purchased an air conditioning heater unit off of eBay, pulled it apart, and decided that we could adapt it for use with the modern air conditioning, which probably would work if you had vintage air or any of the other modern air conditioning systems. What we found inside were a couple of things. These were vacuum ports that were controlled by the push button system on the bottom. The push buttons themselves were activated here by these tomahawk looking items. If you notice, there's very different shapes based on where it is in the push button sequence. We ended up adapting that with a pot to be able to control the fan speed, and then had to build, and these are all of course, you know, custom made to get the right shape. Ended up not using any of these kinds of arms, but ended up using a disc so that we could, as you change the fan speed, actually change the value that you were getting here to go control the modern system. Also, if you look, this is an original out of that unit. If you have a fancy laser, you can actually cut and then add a little paint to have a custom look here. You notice off, dash, blend, de-ice, blend, and floor, which is different from how the factory had it here. That was part of the reason to adapt to that. We built some prototypes. Actually, Aaron built all these prototypes off the laser, and then we sent them out to Send Cut Send.
Yeah, there's a couple.
To actually make ones that went in the car. With Send Cut Send, you get a couple of extra versions that we're able to test out to make sure that they worked just fine. So that was the basics. If you want to catch up at ShopDog-Garage.com in the station wagon section, look at videos 51 through 59. 57 has a lot of really good info on it, but each of those videos kind of talk through the process, and you'll see the thought process that went through about being able to control, you know, fan speed, how we're going to control where the air vents go. But let's take a look at it in the car, and you'll see that it looks factory. You would not know unless you looked under the hood. You wouldn't know that this was not factory right here, because that's a factory unit with a different faceplate, and all the buttons do exactly what you would expect. Controls the fan, this controls the temperature, and it works just fine.
Thanks for watching. Sorry we had to cut it off. We had a 3.5 minute video.